Grace Jones, a nudie bar, a runaway elevator. This drive-in classic from New World Pictures is quite the gem. 1986's Vamp. Ah yes, it's not a vampire movie unless the opening title grows fangs. So we got these two guys who want to get into a fraternity. I'm not sure what university they're attending, but apparently it's located in the middle of nowhere.
Look, we're 200 miles from civilization.
The actors are really good. They have a nice chemistry together, and a verbal repartee reminiscent of Abbott and Costello, only with a lot more latent homosexuality. In order to get into the fraternity, they have to find a stripper for the big party. Simple enough, right? Guess again. It's 1986, so there's no Craigslist or Tinder or Tumblr or wherever else perverts find strippers these days. And the fact that they're located...
We're 200 miles from civilization.
...isn't going to make the search any easier.
Now all we need are some wheels.
A road trip into the big city is in order. Problem is, no one on the entire campus owns a car, forcing Loverboy to rent one from the despised Duncan, the Richie Rich of the movie.
Duncan Spriggs unleashes a monstrous drive right down the center of the fairway.
Duncan is played by Geddy Watanabe, most famous for his performance in 16 Candles, which some people consider the most offensive portrayal of an Asian character since Mickey Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
What's happening, hot stuff?
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky.
No way, Jose!
Open the door.
You beat up my face!
You grabbed my nuts.
Duncan is some socially awkward rich kid who has to bribe people to be his friends. It's a sad situation, one our main characters have no moral qualms about exploiting.
Take me with you and just pretend to be my friends for a week.
They figure they'll drive to a strip club, hire a stripper, and return home heroes. They've got the funds.
I got 82 bucks.
Nice to see that Jism magazine is readily available on campus. After driving for a few hours, the boys hit civilization.
Socks, 6 for $1, 12 for...
I love how impressed Buddy is by the guy hawking socks on the street. You can see him thinking, wow, now this is the big city. He's probably kicking himself for forgetting to bring his Polaroid. The guys back at the fraternity will never believe this. So the car starts spinning for a ridiculous length of time. And all of a sudden, they're on an abandoned street. What happened? Did they go back in time? Have they traveled to another dimension? No, they're just in the town that dreads sundown. While the regular folks know the vampires come out at night, these poor schmoes have no idea what's in store for them. They stop at a coffee shop, foolishly spending $2 of the $180 they've got. Some badass albino shows up with a couple of girls, one who instantly starts flirting. I can't believe she's offended. There's no way this is the first time she's gotten that reaction to her teeth. Now, I would have thought these guys were vampires. They show up just as it's gotten dark. The frightened shop owner does whatever they say. He's all freaky and pale. One of them reveals gruesome fangs. But they're not vampires. Or at least not very effective ones, as all it takes is a couple squeezes to the nuts to put Drago here out of commission. Loverboy looks really proud of himself, but isn't that like the cheapest, most cowardly way to win a fight? Hank Hill would be appalled. Now it's time to go to the strip club. I have to say, this is likely the most realistic strip club I've ever seen in a film. The place is a dive, low energy, few patrons, most of them sad sacks staring vacantly at a disinterested woman. See, this is a Hollywood strip club, and this is a real-life strip club. This is a Hollywood stripper, and this is a real-life stripper.
I give you Katrina.
Finally, Grace Jones comes out.
Would you welcome, please, Grace Jones.
In the mid-'80s, she seemed to be on the verge of movie stardom. She had appeared in Conan with Arnold Schwarzenegger as an equal warrior. Then, she was the Bond girl in A View to a Kill. With her outrageous behavior and mysterious demeanor, people were fascinated with her.
I always felt maybe I was a cat.
At the strip club, Grace Jones does this really weird dance, like she's some kind of a panther. She's covered in what she calls
An Egyptian, modern day, sort of oriental. In some of the scenes, it's sort of like African clay, different color faces and stuff like that.
but really looks like masking tape. I don't know what she's thinking. This dance is way too arty for the creeps in this place. She must get shit for tips. To be honest, this whole goofy, awkward dance looks like she was just making it up as she went along. Maybe she was trying to be funny. Well, that's enough for Loverboy. He thinks he's found his stripper, and soon finagles his way backstage to lay out his business proposal.
And I'd be willing to pay you top dollar.
Top dollar?
I got 82 bucks.
Right. Together we total 168.
That won't even pay her travel rate, going back and forth 200 miles from civilization.
I can see you like me too.
Now comes the seduction scene, with her sexy stove burner bra and crotch plate. But uh-oh, turns out her sexy making was all a ruse to bite his neck. That's right, she and every other dancer in the place is a vampire. There was a nice foreshadowing moment earlier when we see two strippers doing each other's makeup because, of course, no reflection. While Loverboy's getting murdered, Buddy is reconnecting with a girl he used to know. She's played by Dee Dee Pfeiffer, Michelle Pfeiffer's lesser-known sister.
I'm still trying to find my purpose in life, you know what I mean? God knows I've looked. Tried the acting thing for a while, what a joke that was.
When Loverboy goes missing, she tries to help Buddy find him, suggesting he probably went off with the club's resident pump, Candy.
Where else would a girl like Candy take AJ?
A girl like Candy? Wow. Way to make it seem like she's the degenerate, when your friend is the one running around all, here's $178, now be my whore. The dynamic between Buddy and Michelle Pfeiffer's sister is pretty awkward. She's out in the real world, busting her ass to support herself. Meanwhile, he's this spoiled college kid who won't shut up about his petty problems.
Today, I was nearly hung. I ate a cockroach. I met a human pincushion in the bathroom. I got into a fight with a psychotic albino. My best friend disappears.
Man, does it look like she gives a shit?
That's it. One number to get into a frat.
She's pulling a double shift at her dehumanizing job, and he's whining about the frat house? You know, I'd seen this movie a couple times before I realized Grace Jones doesn't have a single line of dialogue. She makes up for it, though, with the wacky head adornments, which were clearly all her idea.
Grace has brought all her own costumes. All the artwork in her room at the nightclub is all her own.
The next stretch of this movie kind of reminds me of Martin Scorsese's After Hours, as Buddy navigates the empty city, running through the sewer, being chased by the definitely not vampire gang of albinos. Hey, since literally everyone else in this area is a vampire, what the hell are the albinos doing here? What, did they spin their car like complete assholes too? Buddy and Loverboy reunite, but now Loverboy is one of the living dead. He knows all the vampire tropes, like how they're strong enough to throw people around and take heavy beatings, but a steak goes into them like a hot knife into butter. Look, they stake this one with her fucking shoe heel. What is she, made of mush? To escape, Buddy sloshes brandy all over the club and sets it on fire. Nice how he doesn't care about any of the other innocent customers burning to death. He's looking out for numero uno. In the escape, Duncan turns into a vampire. I guess one of the strippers bit him at some point? Funny he doesn't become undead until now. Inconsistent vampire rules are a staple of these 80s movies. Like, how come Evil Ed is still alive after head vampire Jerry is killed?
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster!
Despite her awesome last stand, looking like a feral punk vampire queen, Grace Jones's movie career was pretty much over after Vamp. In the 30 years since, she's only appeared in a few other flicks, usually bit parts. She remains best known as a musical performer. I wonder what happened.
Very busy.
Can you take that off, Grace?
The truth is, David, and I've got to sit here and talk to you in this mask because I'm not prepared.
Oh, no, you don't.
Do you remember the last time I was here, what happened? I was awfully late. And,
Maybe people just got sick of her nuttiness.
Take that silly thing away from your face.
You honestly don't believe me?
I don't want to talk to you standing. It looks like I'm talking to a lamp or something. Just take it, put it down, Grace.
Still, that dance.
Well, I'm just as busy. Am I supposed to stick that somewhere?